Righty. Welcome. I gotta get some good work music going on in here.
Well, you don't want to work to the weird Western music?
I don't know. All right, so welcome anyone who's joining this or watching it later. We're doing a work stream. Work streams. We've done these before. So basically, I'm working on session prep. A lot of times, art department's working on mini prep and those types of things. And we are just chatting and talking and being idiots while we're working.
Come wrap presents or something while we work. You can work too.
Yeah, you could work too. Or maybe you're at work. I don't know. Maybe you're typing things. But whatever works for you.
So I was going to say it. I'm going to move this up a little so that I can paint here and no one can see what I'm painting.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say, first of all, I love my art stuff here. What I was going to say is I figured out my problem with the minis.
What is your problem with the minis?
Okay, so I find a really cool mini and I'm like, this would be amazing for the holidays. I'm going to print this one. But then, see, we have certain groups like Ross and Aiden, Bobby and Julie, where they live together. And so I don't, like a Fooey and Laz too. Like they're brothers, basically.
Yeah. Because we got some players, that live in the same household. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't want to give the same mini because that's boring. So I find an amazing mini and then I'm like, well, I got to find another amazing mini. So then I get two amazing minis and I spend so much time on detail.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah, instead of focusing on one. But, it is one of those things, though. I think one of the things we get comments on all the time, though, are like the attention to detail.
I'm not good with compliments. And I'm not good, as you know, because you've been married to me forever and a day. I'm not good voicing my feelings.
Right.
So this is my sign of love.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I think that is something we get all the time.
Yeah.
Is that is appreciated, and it does really interesting things. So if you are coming in here, feel free to ask a question and talk to us about anything. Appreciate it. And then we got Shito. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Like, we care, and it's, that's, from the very beginning, this has always been about caring about our players. Like, 'cause that was the whole idea, right? The whole idea, we had said, I don't think I'd run a session yet.
Nope.
And we had said, if we're going to do this, we're treating every table like it's meeting in our home and they're our best friends.
Yep.
That's like the basic idea behind it. And I think
part of the reason I'm so comfortable yelling at all of you.
Yeah. And I think, things change. I mean, not change, I guess, but I think we still do that if we were running 10 games at our house.
Well, I think the thing too is that this wasn't unreasonable that first year, because I think the first year I might have sent out like 20 minis.
Yeah, makes sense.
The second year I sent out like 30 minis. Now I'm sending out like 40 minis. Yay! Yeah, all the boxes minus one, which should be delivered tonight by 9 p.m. I checked it. Everyone should have their boxes. If you don't, harass your local post office. Because I double checked this morning. I wanted to see the one that didn't get delivered is the one that always takes a little more time because they're kind of out in the middle of Crazy Town. Crazy Town. Yeah. So what are you working on? You're doing prep for which game?
I am prepping for a corporate game.
Ooh, corporate.
And
hence the beautiful beard being all trimmed up sexy.
Yeah. Because I got a corporate game coming up Monday, and I got to make, I think 6, maybe a few more, so people have some selection. Level 3 characters for people to play through my dastardly dungeon. And y'all, like, I'm giving him a dragon.
Yes.
I'm giving level 3s a dragon. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a young dragon. Actually, I do know it's going to be a young dragon. So they have to, and I can't give too many details, I think, because of the way it works with agreement. but I can tell you that. So I got to make a party of 6 level 3s. We're going to take on a young dragon.
That's so cool.
So I'm pretty excited.
I am just painting Christmas minis because I want to get them out this weekend so that in the vain attempt they might actually get you guys on time. And like I said, detail's a bitch.
Yes, what? What's that in reference to?
Mm.
Oh, are you talking about me playing D&D? I don't know.
I want you to play D&D.
Yeah.
Then people can see how truly warped you are as a player. Y'all think he thinks of weird crap as a DM?
Play D&D with me, yeah. Put no punches. Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's my my corporate game coming up. Is going to be that. That's so fun. I love it. Yeah, I've had more and more people really down for the pull no punches D&D. It's been a big thing. We're gonna do that tonight, man. The Greek heroes are gonna be.
We're going to do it tonight. You've done it every night with the Greek gods.
I know, man. What's so funny because again, like if you read the Argonauts, which is really what I would say that style draws the most from, which is, I mean, anyone who's watching, whatever. If you're gonna run Greek mythos, I hope you've read Homer. I hope you read the Iliad. I hope you've read the myths around the Argonauts. I suggest you do, because then you're going to understand why it's so great. If you can't do that, at least read Percy Jackson. I was talking to somebody and I was like, have you at least read Percy Jackson? They go, well, no. I'm like, stop. Like, if you're not going to read original material or source material, at least do Percy Jackson, because that guy read it and he did a good job.
It's not Twilight.
Don't watch Percy Jackson, but you should definitely read Percy Jackson.
Don't watch it. I love that.
But they do have the new one, so we'll see. We'll see.
Nobody's got high hopes for it. Come on.
But you know, we'll see how it goes.
Nobody's got high hopes for it. Don't even. But yeah, so anyone watching, if anybody wants to give me any fun ideas for my dragon killing team of level 3s, you can definitely give me some combinations. I'll see if I can get inspired by them. Give the dragon cure wounds.
Let the dragon cure wounds themselves. Well, so they give them bonus action healing pots they have attached themselves.
No, give them cure wounds.
Yeah, so I'm running a game Monday for a corporation that I'm putting together a team of 6 level 3s. They're going to go kill themselves a young dragon or fight one. Which night that is? It's Monday. Because which is really funny. Corporate games are a lot of fun, and I get them every few months. So
they're funny because, like, you'd assume they'd be more professional, but some of the things they say,
they're ready to go. Yeah.
I feel like it's their version of, like, we've talked about it before. When you and I are stressed out, we kill pixelated creatures. I feel like corporate D&D is them being like, "This is Ted from accounting." Ah! You know what I mean? It's their way to relieve stress.
So I have. I think I've landed on white, mostly because they're CR 6, I think. So that at least gets me in about the right ballpark to mess with, because I think anything else. And I also want my assignment, because some things are assigned to me, and that is a mountain. So it has to be a mountainous terrain that they have to go into. So with those two things. Yeah, giving them that.
That's an interesting request.
Yeah, and I do believe I'm getting a bunch of people who aren't familiar with D&D. So, like, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons, you should get a dungeon and a dragon. I mean, it's sort of. You know, the simple things in life.
Having said that, I do not want a dragon on Thursday.
It's true. It's true. All right, so I guess what do I want to do? I guess I want to start in my characters to do some of this.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys do this or not. D&D, on D&D and Beyond, they took away the unassigned button for DMs. So if you made characters and put them into your sheets for other people to assign to themselves, you can no longer unassign those. So what I read was you want to make a copy of it, Matt, just so you have it accessible for later.
Right.
And if anyone else followed that, I'm really happy because my brain is mush. I'm just painting Christmas minis. If I never see another Christmas mini, anytime I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I say that, but next year I'm going to do the exact same thing to myself, aren't I?
Probably.
I'm going to find a cute mini and then I'm going to be like, well, I got to find an equally cute one now. And meanwhile, I have 200 some minis just randomly sitting by to be painted. I do think it's funny. I don't know if anyone's noticed Creed's been printing or posting pictures of his mechs. He has fallen already into the painting trap on D&D.
Yeah.
Jizz, you keep buying more minis before you've painted the ones you have.
All right. So since no one has given me any suggestions on a character yet, I think let me I'm thinking a Hexblade Warlock.
Ooh.
I think that's a good level 3. You got some stuff to do.
What race, guys? What race?
Yeah. Let's see here.
What should his Warlock be? Hex block. I need more caffeine. He's doing fine. Drinkable. Or drink. LV. I don't know what I'm reading. No, it's not drink at all. Wow, I need to clean my glasses.
DN Ink LV. Yeah, drink glove. Drink Daniel.
Oh my god.
It's going good, Daniel. I'm creating some level 3 characters here and taking questions and stuff, and we're just talking about things we had done. How we talked about how when we were first starting this insanity, it was all about
you call it insanity, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's so less stressful than you working in a church this season.
I know. This is probably the least stress we've ever been in professional life.
And the thing is that yes, it's more work on me, but
It's true.
At least I can help you during the season.
Yeah.
You got a request for a general cleric.
Genasi cleric.
Oh god, I need to clean my glasses.
Okay. A Turtle Ranger, no Rogue.
Portal.
Or should I mess with them and give them a what's that? Goliath Rogue.
Yes! I love a Goliath rogue.
Good Goliath Rogue. That's always fun.
I still don't want to play it. I have a Goliath peace cleric because I think it's ridiculously funny for them to be like all afraid of the giant and him being like, "Oh, you're hurt. Let me heal you." I'm gonna clean my glasses, guys, so maybe I can actually read chat appropriately.
Yeah, I want to keep them.
There we go.
I think I'm going to do a little. You know what? I think I'm going to do an Aarakocra. My gosh, the Warlock? Should have a. Because I'm thinking the
Kokra.
Yeah, because Aarakocra, because then they can do Hexblade and then they could fly around too.
Oh.
And I'm thinking with like the maneuverability with going up against a white dragon might be really nice.
Yeah.
I think that could be fun. Oh, and at 3rd level, I didn't even know they get this. You can cast a gust of wind spell.
Nice.
That's neat. Oh, do they? Yeah, you do. Okay, they still get their flying speed. Very good.
They flap really hard, and they
I didn't realize that. Now look at Eric Cocker. I haven't made one in a while. I didn't realize they get a. Their unarmed strike. They get a 1d6.
Yeah.
See that?
Okay.
That's why people. That's why people made so many monks with them.
I don't think I'm getting all the comments. Oh, there we go. I'm not getting them on this, but I am getting them here. There we go.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I have an encounter that I'm making for a gig here from Monday that I'm going to have my people, one of the things they're going to face is a young white dragon. And also they're going to explore. So basically I'm using a basic 5-room dungeon strategy. So they're going to have to explore, avoid some traps, figure out a puzzle, and fight a dragon. And then, of course, that's basically the structure, and I'm obviously a really big improv DM, so the rest is gonna figure it out from there.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I think was it when we went to Gen Con, I got you the book of like classic, the old school like dungeons.
Yeah, you did.
Because I keep thinking, man, that'd be really funny because like just to see how dungeons have changed.
Yeah. Well, because again, because it's part of like a big event, so I'm just like, listen, if you're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons, this is the only time you're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. Let me give you a dungeon and a dragon. So, I tend to go so classic when it's the one shot when people hire me to do a party or a event. Like it's real like let's go, like as opposed to this other stuff. Kalashar Psionics, that could actually be pretty fun. With the Kalashar Psionic, I could basically make Psylocke.
Ooh.
Just model one after Psylocke. That would be really fun.
My Ram is a Kalashar, right?
You base your Ram off Kalashar, yeah.
Yeah. Which I did misread, by the way. They can be put to sleep. They just can't be forced to dream. I misread that the other day.
Yeah, okay. So there we go. All right. So we got proficiencies. All right. I think the Warlock is probably going to be more of the face based on my guesses. So let's go ahead and give them some deception. And
bloodied breath for the dragon. Immediately recharges. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. That does work really, really well. I got to watch it with the bloody breath because I might. Well, actually, no. Because the whole thing is part of their adventure is actually because I have it spaced out. Is that they're going to be finding items to help them take care of the dragons that might work out really, really well. Like by the time they get there, they're going to have cold resistance and some other stuff going for them. But they're just going to get handed it. Like they're going to figure stuff out to get it,
right?
More or less, so that they gather, what they need. Might even give them like an arrow of dragon slaying or something of the like.
So they can hold on to it and not use it when they have a dragon to slay.
Then they really will play D&D.
Yup. I forgot this was in my inventory. Oh, now I dropped a mini. I joke because if you remember, Kira forgot she had a boat for like the longest time, and it would have helped in so many situations.
Yeah, the one thing I will be doing is so the one thing I'll be doing is I'm going to let them all have max HP.
You're so nice.
The Warlock will have 24.
So sad. So low.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll run it because what I might consider doing is actually doubling their HP at top of that. So, Hexblade. And so that works too, because especially if you're doing a Warlock for any type of like group where you're not sure who's all going to be in there, them being dedicated to something like a blade or a sword's pretty safe for work. So that works out really too. It's like, what have you done? You have promised to use this sword to protect your city. That's the pact you've made. Because you've made that pact, the sword has given you power. You get power because of it. Like, that's a really good way to have a Warlock in there without dealing with a lot of the insanity that comes with it, and you don't have to deal with questions because
Warlocks were evil. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, right, like, what entity? No, you just promised to protect the city with a sword. Oh, well, that's easy enough.
How do you feel about max HP for one shots?
I usually do it. I'm a big fan of that.
You do it, and you usually give them like an item, depending on the level. It depends on the rarity of the item.
Yeah, I like max HP. When I run one shots, like on SPG and stuff, I really like to say if you dress up for the one shot, you get an item.
Yeah, I love that.
That's what I really like to do. Like if you're in character or caught like that, I really do love that. So
I think the Halloween one is my favorite because of that.
So they're going to need two Eldritch Invocations. I think definitely Agonizing Blast. If we're going to make them Hexblade, and what do we got there? Oh,
that is D&D in a nutshell.
I know. Yeah, Deno, like, I have to say, unfortunately, like, I think my one Dragonheim group fell through. Another group I was running did not like it. We've moved that group to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. But yeah, I so want to run a full Dragonheim. I really love Dragonheim.
I don't.
It is, but I realized if I ran one again, I really need to get people to have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
And you need to laugh while being horrified and having the hard thing. You
need to approach it like your old gods does tonight.
Yeah.
Where we just crack jokes the whole time because we're terrified.
Pretty much. Like, I actually think I could take you, art department, you and your family through it, because I think if we had like Jason, Zane, and Anne.
Yeah, I don't that might make me like it. I still am not like.
Yeah, well, I think we would change it obviously a little bit, but
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like insurmountable odds.
Well, the other thing too is I think it depends. Yeah, I think it really depends on the thing.
Yeah, I love the dressing up rule. We did that.
Okay, to be honest, Wednesday you would kick Dragonheim's butt, and you'd be like, "What's this? You think this is hard D&D?" Ha 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 ha.
Pirates, yeah, the pirates would.
Well, that's also because you got some 1E lovers in there, and like.
Well, I think too, though.
Like, we got like people who are just like, Dragonheim ain't tough. I remember the day when things were tough in D&D.
Well, I think too, though, and I've said it before, pirates is like this weird, like part of you guys are military, but it's like you are the weirdest. Like, you guys, like, some other knights like had to work to get to know each other's styles. From like day one, you guys were kicking ass. You just blended so well on Wednesday night.
Yeah. So I think with the, I'm thinking Repelling Blast and Agonizing Blast are the good starting evocation. So Agonizing, adding that Charisma modifier and damage. And then the Repelling, getting 10 feet of distance.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that would give them a good way to put, because if they can like let people like not have to not have to disengage by hitting the dragon and having them move out, that's probably very good. What I'm thinking. If anyone again taking suggestions. Yeah. Well, I think the key, I would say that if I had a group who really, I'd say now, like, because now I think I know how to describe Drakenheim in a different way, where I would really go if you're down, um, if you're really down for it, I would just go probably take away the random encounters for traveling the city, and instead do something else, because I think that's what messes with people the most. Because
Yeah.
I think if they came into the dungeons within the city after a long rest, I think people would be okay. Though if again, I think if I had Wednesday still would be fine with the encounters. It's their mindset.
Yeah.
It's just the way they think. It's just, the brains are entirely different.
I joked about it, I think like maybe like a third or fourth episode when the full crew was finally together, like when everyone was like boom boom, like when we had the full crew. Because the first few episodes we didn't have the full crew. Once we had the full crew, I think I just started calling them the SEALs. Because it's accurate. They're like, we have a mission. We are going to do it. Nothing is going to distract us.
All right. So let's see here. Is that I'm suggesting so that we do. So we would keep what? We'd keep repelling blast, or we'd keep agonizing. I think he's saying we'd keep repelling, and we would take agonizing over to Devil's Sight. Okay, so we keep repelling, and we keep Devil's. Interesting.
I will say this. This is my favorite thing about Wednesdays, because you guys are
so well, one thing,
okay, you go first.
Yeah, but if they put darkness, I guess they could put darkness on themselves. If they put darkness on themselves, they would definitely have advantage on every roll. And then, so even if they never put the dragon in it, and then if they center themselves, the darkness would move with them. And if the darkness would go to attack them, yeah. I like it. And I think that's unique, too. I'm a big fan of that, John. We'll do that. Packed Boon.
Well, what I was gonna say is about Wednesday is that you guys are so good in dungeons, but I love when your minds get blown by a little itty bitty footnote that you ignore, like when Bingles wouldn't fight with you guys, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's okay. She just has to protect her shop. That must be it." And then like 50 games later, you're like, I'm sorry, Bingles was pregnant? Like, I love that kind of stuff where you guys do, like, there's just a throwaway line, because that's what screws up Wednesday, is they miss those little itty bitty details every now and then, which to me is, like, amazing, because you're so good at the other stuff. It's cool that, like, Matt can still, like, throw something out at you that you weren't expecting.
Yeah. All right, so answering the question over here. The young white dragon, which is what we're talking about, does have blindside out to 60. Which basically means if they came after them in the darkness, they wouldn't have the advantage. But you're talking about the aircracker that can fly around in their big bubble of darkness, and also can make a distance of up to 120 feet.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying it doesn't work, but again, it's only blindside to 30. And the darkness is at least 20 feet, right? Because it's a 20-foot radius darkness? I have to look at the bow. So if they're not in the darkness, they likely are not seeing the Aerocrocra, and then they're flying around. So I think it could still work. I'll keep it for now. I can always change a little later.
15-foot radius. Thank you.
15 foot. Thank you. I was trying to go off I haven't looked it up.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I just know which color of my little plastic sheets are which. I don't know any of the dimensions. I will say, though, I found some amazing things at the Dollar Bin store that I think are going to be so cool if and when you guys eventually fight Ukutilla. My eyes are crossing.
Oh, okay. You think you're thinking Genie is better for Eldritch Blast?
Genie in a bottle.
Interesting. The Genie would work actually as well too. That's a safe for work. Let me check. Let me check that out. Because yeah, don't you get to do damage with your Eldritch extra?
All right, so I'm gonna put a different song in my head now. Genie in a bottle stuck, and that is not good.
Okay. Okay, so Genie gets the PB extra damage once per turn. I gotcha.
For those of us that don't know, what's PB?
Proficiency bonus.
I know.
So yeah, so I think that works. So I'm trying to decide what pack boon to go with there. I could definitely do Pack of the Chain. I'm wondering about Pack of the Tome. Awesome. I'm glad you're liking the tunes. You know what? For simplicity, I might just do the chain right now, unless I get like a good suggestion. X might really be good because then they could potentially, right? Because then they can be Eldritch Blasting from Darkness with their Devil Sight and their Repelling Blast, while having the Familiar go in and like do a touch spell if we give them a good touch spell for one of their Warlock ones.
Yeah.
That could be nifty.
Nifty.
Oh, also they can have their Familiar take an attack as one of their attacks. That's really interesting. Well, we'll see. I can always go back and change some stuff. But let's do that. Let me add some spells. All right, so obviously we need an Eldritch Blast.
Well, duh.
And we can do another cantrip. Resting.
Oh, man.
Oh, Pact of the Blade. It's true. So when I do that, all right, I think I'm going to do Mind. Should I do Mind Sliver or should I do something more? Actually, let me do something else. Let's do. Might actually do Friends. For now, so I get some good options. And then we've got 4 spells for known spells. Pretty big fan of Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Witch Boat is very good.
No, I
especially if
prefer
you're
to
within
switch
your
belt
dark
dozen. Which one are you going to pick? No.
That is what he wrote, but
I hate autocorrect, guys. Every time I try to write one of your guys' names in chat, it changes it.
I can't. Warlocks get access to dark. There it is. I was like, what the heck? Couldn't find darkness for a second.
Darkness, my old friend.
Which bolt? Okay. So that's 3 out of 4. And then what was I thinking? Maybe hold person. Because I think if the dragon gets down, they could definitely be the hero of holding that son of a gun in place.
Yeah.
Those seem like good options to me.
Does a dragon count as person for that spell?
Oh, it wouldn't, right? We'd be hold monster. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my brain.
My brain kicked in for 5 seconds, Jonathan. Did you see that? 5 seconds.
Ooh. Well, that's interesting because, well, yeah, I do invisibility, but they probably would rather use darkness for that.
Yeah.
So probably want to do that. Probably give them a good suggestion. That's always useful. So, okay, so now we're doing ability scores. Let's just do some standard array. Pretty big with that.
Do you want me to interrupt you for a second and tell you to look at the time?
Yeah, I was thinking about that actually.
You can leave it on. I'll sit and chill with everybody.
Yeah.
Then we'll just talk trash about you, and you won't know because you'll never watch this video.
True. I thought you roll, but just all the characters are the same rows. Oh, I could, I suppose. We're going to do charisma up by 1. I want to do the con up by 2. All right. So what I'm thinking of giving our warlock here is charisma 16, con 16, wisdom 13, dexterity 12, strength of 10, and an intelligence of 8.
Nice.
So we can think of that, what people's thoughts are. And actually put that in there so people can see. That's what we're going right now. I'm going to leave y'all with the art department while I get the daughter.
I'm sorry. Her name is Mini Art Department.
In the art department, yes.
That is how she prefers to be called. Either that or Creepy Doll.
Go.
Hi, everybody. I'm just painting. What minis you guys want to see in the next year? I got a Tarrasque I still got to build because of Wednesday night. Well, one person in particular on Wednesday night, I should say. Want to threaten me with a Tarrasque? I'm going to get you a Tarrasque. Everybody went quiet. I see how it is. Thank you for putting those in order, Jonathan. I cannot put them up on the big screen because I'm in a completely different location. Yes, it means Wednesday has to fight it. Because you know who said it? Uh-huh. Cool. Am I ready for Old Gods tonight? Kind of. My brain isn't really there, but, you know, hopefully I'll have these minis done by then, and so I'll be a little less stressed out. I'm gonna doubt it, but hopefully. Yeah, I'm ready for Old Gods. I'm always ready for Old Gods. It's one of my favorite games. That, and I'm really enjoying Thursday. Who said Tarask? Your captain said Tarask. He said, oh, is it going to be a Tarask? And I went, try me. Captain said it. Mr. Mallory Val Savage. A.K.A. Will. I don't think he said it as Mal Savage. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Will said it. He was messing around. He was like, oh, is it a Tarask? And I was like, you know what? I got one of those. I can give it. It's in a box, though. I still have to build it. Because it's, there's one of the, oh, my brain is not going to work. It was one of the Kickstarters that Matt backed. They gave me a whole bunch of dragons, a whole bunch of new little minis. And a Trask, just a Trask in its own box, but I have to build it still. And it's so many pieces, which is why I haven't done it yet. Because it's those laser cut ones like that. Plastic isn't the right word, but it's like plastic, you know what I mean? I can't think of what it's really made out of. It's very pretty though. At least according to the box. We'll see when I put it together how pretty it is. I also got a whole bunch of new dragons that I need to put together that are gorgeous. I have all the minis I bought at Gen Con that I haven't touched yet because, you know. Guys, I don't even want to talk about how much of my room is unpainted. Like, you look over, you can see all these. 90% of these aren't painted. These are all boxes I need to mail out. That part's painted. That part's not painted. That part's not painted. What is an ogre mock? What's an ogre mock? I gotta look it up. Yeah, that's what D&D Short says. But it is Matt playing the Trask. So, I don't know about that. What is an ogre mock? I gotta figure that out. I'll look that up later if I remember. Which I probably won't, but you know. Ogre mock. Oh, there's no ranged attacks. Oh! This is so funny. Like, okay, so the ogre mark is the elemental prince of Earth. I do not pay attention to names of minis until I actually have to print them, so that's probably on me. Although I will say I know more monsters than I ever really need to. And I know them by type because that's how my back room is organized. But I'm telling you guys, I had a dream Matt bought a bank. And I was so happy because it still had the safety the security boxes. I can't remember what they're called right now. And I just stored minis in it. It was such a good dream. It's like, oh, it's so organized. I don't have to worry about them breaking. But we did. And you'll see if you bought a box, which you should have your box. Minus one person doesn't have their box yet, but it should be there tonight by 9. We switched resin and I am loving this new resin because it's so much more durable. Like it has better give, so it's not as likely to break. But then I also like boxes within boxes within boxes on this new set of minis that went out. And it's nice is because it's close to Christmas time. So a lot of like, I don't know, I was able to find a lot of different sizes of boxes, which is not always the case. And the problem is I don't know how big of a box I need until I print the mini, because it'll be like, oh yeah, it's 4x4, but like I'm going to use when I up the sizes on Sunday, goddamn arms on Jamba. A 4x4 box, not going to work because of like how, the angles and everything. It's just going to get smashed in there. So I like Christmas time because I found a whole bunch of better sized boxes. But oh my gosh, I will suggest like for mini, like if you're going to ship a mini, most of you guys don't have this problem, but I like to give little tips that I have learned from being D&D for painting too long with these guys. Is buy one of those little itty bitty 2x2 boxes, and then buy the little plastic pop wraps in the 2x2 size, and then you put it in that, and then you put it in the box, and then you put it in a bigger box. Unless you're Jonathan and you decide, because he left, I can make fun of him. Unless you're Jonathan and you decide that all your minis need to be ginormous so that your poor old eyes can see them on the screen. In which case, I don't know if the 2x2 boxes are going to work for you. Just saying. Yeah. So, I don't know. What else? Let me think. Guys got any questions for the weirdo in the art department? Did I forget to paint that? No, I painted it. Oh my gosh. So many minis, guys. My brain is not working right now as I paint them all. Thinking about like back when every mini had to be hand painted. Oh my god. How did they mass produce things when everything had to be hand painted? I cannot imagine sitting still and painting for 8 hours straight. What's my favorite mini? Oh my gosh. I think, favorite mini, which no one's seen yet, is the Frost Giant or Frost Titan, I'm sorry, that you guys were supposed to fight on Monday and decided to go after something else instead. That's probably my favorite mini, and I don't know when we're going to use it, but she is gorgeous. I had to break her up in like 4 or 5 parts because I had to make her so large. I think she might be my favorite. I really like the Death Dragons. Really like my Death Dragons. Like one was Lichnia, and then the one I used, she's the base model, and then I revamped her to use her as the major Death Dragon on Dragonlance. That's a beautiful base model. I want to reprint all of my Fae models because now I have better resin, but they are gorgeous. Like our vampires set that like the original set that you like Wednesday fought, so like the set that had Akira and all those, they're beautiful models. But like my skill has improved so drastically that like a lot of my favorite models are no longer my favorite models just because I think they look bad. And like when I have time, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. I want to print and repaint. I did reprint one of the vamps. Well, I know I reprint 2 of the vamps because I used one as Strahd and one as the Count, and they look so much better than the old one. My favorite big boss who's alive. Ooh. Who's alive? I think it's kind of weird because like my favorite is the one I hate the most, and that was Lecrae. She was technically still alive, but not really. My favorite big bad who's alive. You guys have killed most of my favorites. You killed the lady. Well, you didn't kill the lady. The druids killed the lady and turned her into a mind flayer dragon, and then she got murdered off that way. My favorite boss who's alive. I think it's more, and I wouldn't call them big bosses. I think it's when Matt throws back in like a fiend or something. And I think that has to be Fancy Pants, because Fancy Pants has, I think, almost made a deal with someone on every night, and no one is aware who made that deal or how, or if it was really Fancy Pants. So Fancy Pants might be my favorite, just because they're so weirdly interwoven. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fancy Pants. I think he might be my favorite. Yeah, Fancy Pants. I'm gonna go with Fancy Pants. Just because he's so like, oh, Zariel, but I don't know if I love Zariel. I just love that model. Like, Zariel's gorgeous. You're cute, Ace, if you don't think Monday's made a deal with him. I think most nights have made a deal with Fancy Pants. I gotta think about it. No, I don't think Wednesday has. Don't think Wednesday has made a deal with him. I love the Zariel model. I look forward to Tuesday night. Who wants to go into hell, basically, and go after Zariel and Nilumia's new patron, and yeah, Zariel's gorgeous. That model was my only dislike of that was trying to find a model, because Zariel is very much female, but all the models were very like, not Butch even, because Butch still has that like aspect you can tell they're female. They were just so almost like overly masculine, and I'm like, it's a female character. It's like the one time I complain about a character not having boobs, because I'm like, it is supposed to be a female. And I love this idea of this badass Archduke of Hell being female. And I love that. So it took me forever to find a model that had the bald head, that had the armor, but still had like the female figure. Hi, baby girl. Little art department's here now. Are there any bosses I hate? The League. Technically, that's not a boss. That's an organization. I absolutely hate it. Hi, art. Hey, baby. Look, baby art department. I'm not your baby. Well, you're a creepy baby. I hate the League with a burning passion. Other than that, bosses. I think all the bosses I hate, it's because I love to hate them. What do you think, Matt? Who's your favorite still alive big bad? I went with Fancy Pants.
I don't know. I really like Azrael.
Yeah. Az is still alive. You're right. Just greatly reduced in power. I like Azrael. I said I like Fancy Pants because I think like almost every night, with the exception of Wednesday night, has made a deal or has run into Fancy Pants.
Yeah, he's good that way.
No, wait, because I'm painting.
Yeah, like I would say year one, Azrael was really big. Who am I kidding? I would say the planking, because I really love doing the planking voice.
You loved what?
I love doing the planking voice.
Oh, PK is still one of my favorites. Yeah.
Like, and so I think that's one of my when I can go.
PK was PK.
Welcome to Dark
I don't think I would like PK if you hadn't done him as a redneck.
Right.
That made PK for me, because
Yeah.
I was never interested in him during Critical Role.
Mm-hmm.
He was always like a brute, and I didn't really care. But when you made him a redneck, that sealed it for me. That made PK like so much better. Because it kind of almost made all.
Shall be a successful raid on Dark Dove.
Well, there has
I really
been.
love it. It's so funny.
Well, the thing was though, like, and I love that because it, like, his insanity made more sense as a redneck. And I just, it was such a good turn on the PK. I love that bit.
It's really funny.
What?
That's just funny, yeah.
Yeah. The bosses I hate, yeah, the League. League's number one. There's no, like, redeemable quality about the League.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because I do think the League is a villain for us.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily a villain otherwise. Like a lot of people, like the DMs I've seen, especially on SPG,
Yeah.
a lot of them don't have them as villains.
Why?
I just don't, because they're not necessarily a villain. I think, they don't necessarily have to be.
Right.
I definitely have them more villainous, I think.
That is true.
But I also, it's so funny though, because that's the whole thing with like gaming, even when you have a setting, is how you play them has so much to do with like worldview. Not everyone views the League as a villain as it's written in the guide.
Yeah.
A lot of people have it like the League is a tremendous force of good, and that type of thing.
Pull it out for you so you can put your rings and stuff in it.
And I think like,
why do you like it? What's the origin of the League?
The origin of the League is basically that they came to use magic to fix problems. Because they were able to use magic to fix problems better than anybody else and more than anyone thought could be possible, they went ahead and bought up or fulfilled every contract for the rebuilding of Taudore after the Chroma Conclave had devastated it. And so this what should have taken maybe a century to rebuild instead took a few years. And the problem with that is that all the contracts, Taudore put out contracts for the rebuilding to be taken up at any time, thinking it's impossible for there to be enough people to get this all done in such short of time that we could that we're going to get into any problems. But the League took it and within 1 year made 100 years worth of construction profits. And so therefore Taudore can't really pay them. They pay them in installments and all these different things. And so because of that, they have immense political power because that. Yeah, no, the League is specifically from Exandria. It was made in Taudore Setting Reborn. And so that's kind of that. So that's all that's really put out from there. And so a lot of people have taken that and made them either neutral to good, I think. And I'm probably kind of the only one who's really had y'all hate them.
I love it.
And I think so. Here's the thing: it's one of those fun things about TTRPGs. It has to do with the game master, but also has to do with their players. Like there are things that are definitely neutral that you all like. I read them. People go, "Yeah, players aren't going to react strongly against it." So I'm like, my players are going to hate this guy.
Yeah,
like they're going to go, "You need to die. How dare you exist in life?" But it's just so funny, and people go, "No, people don't hate that." I'm like, so it's really funny, and it's knowing your people, and so yeah, I don't know. It is very interesting that way.
Yeah, your players are always goofballing out and doing things differently. I just think of Netherdeep on that one.
So Art Department, if I get these mechanics down, can you do the character details later?
Sure.
Thank you.
Do you want minis for this game?
No. I'm doing all digital.
Okay.
I'm just looking for things like physical characteristics, personality.
Oh yeah, I can do all that.
Something that works out for them.
I'll have to get on your computer to do it though, because for whatever reason, mine is not allowing me to access your D&D.
Gotcha. All right. So I got a name for this guy. Right now we've got I don't like that name. Let's see here.
What's the name of Hexblade Warlock? go.
What was Genie Warlock now?
Genie Warlock, go.
Vanagar? Donkey Stomp? Ramiak? Maybe we'll try Ramiak for now. I gotta look at it because I want to make sure we have gender neutral names on them, because whoever picks them up, I want them to gender them however they feel like it. I don't want them to come pre-gendered.
Yeah. Just keep pitting random. Cry. CRI.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Gesundheit, baby.
All right, let me actually get some things here. Yeah, I use Fantasy Name Generator a lot too. I just sort of look at some stuff.
See, I pick a name and then I usually do it in a different language so people don't know what the name means. Like Bibiatet Libyan.
Wait, I gotta work on my second one first. So I just gotta do a few stuff. Yeah, exactly. I do that, but I can also always put it through my.
Minus the fact that I think on WoW I have a character named Oreos because the person we played with was named Ann Milk. She looked really silly when we weren't playing together, but hysterically funny when we were.
That was WoW, right?
That was WoW. It was Oreos and Milk.
For the gift subscriptions, people. It's awesome. Yeah, but pretty much just I've been using. I really like that. I like it. It's a one-stop campaign, which is really nice.
Yeah. Matt, when did Will ask for a Tarask? Do you remember?
When? No, but I remember him asking for it.
Thank you. I was trying to remember the circumstances, and I think he was just picking on me, and I was like, oh, I'll give you a Tarask.
Oh, yes. It's coming one of these days.
Yeah, I gotta make it still. It's on my list.
I know. I'm so excited when because we did a Dungeons and Lasers.
That's what it was. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name, and I wasn't gonna move all my stuff to find it.
And I'm super excited about. What was I going to say about Dungeons and Lasers? So we did a Dungeons and Lasers, and they are making a campaign to go with every mini they produced.
Ooh.
So that's sort of a fun.
That'll motivate me to actually paint all of them. I will say that might be my frustration with Drakenheim as well, is because most campaigns are I need 3 of this or I need 4 of this. Drakenheim's I need 36 of this. And you're like,
yeah. Dragonheim is very, very old school D&D. Like I said, it's like I said when Wednesday asked for more 1E type of stuff. Probably by Wednesday. Also, it's funny because we probably really mean Will, but
might be true.
let's say we Wednesday. We really could just go. You mean Will?
But I think it's all of Wednesday though. Really.
Yeah.
Like I said, like you guys work just so well as a unit, and you have since day one. Like usually people have to find their groove together, but you guys were like day one. You understood each other, you knew the missions, and you just went with it. I 100% miss Paul, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Now move it, baby.
Well, I don't know how to move it from there.
Just put it on the ground, baby girl. Matt, next year you get to pick the mini and give it less detail, okay?
Okay, I suppose.
Look, I'm not going to remember this in a year, so just say yes, baby. Say it.
But yeah, so get to the next one. I'm trying to go. All right, what else we got, peeps? But yeah, what I find really kind of funny. One of the things that kind of hits me, but yeah, so let's see here. Wait, you trying to have a balance group? You mean the characters I'm creating? I don't know balance. I don't. Oh, Fortline Striker Blaster. Yeah, more or less. I think I'm definitely looking for the people who are going to get up in the Dragon's Face. Yeah, people who have their roles where it's clear what their class does. I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. But I'm probably going more. I think like tank, heal, DPS, a little more basic for the corporate group, I think. That's my guess here.
I'm guessing you're getting all those things from drinking your cola.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got, baby girl. Oh. Okay. My legs hurt and I don't want to paint, but I need to paint.
Yeah, DPS is damage per second. Yeah, there's answering it. It really is. It's just, yeah, it's a holdover from MMORPGs. That's how I think about it. So, it's the damaging strike team, that type of thing. It's still how I think about it because of all of that. Sorry, I'm trying to find some information to send to somebody, so my brain's not quite here.
Wooga chaka, wooga.
Unlike every other day, right? But that's good.
No, you be nice to you. Only I am allowed to make fun of you. You don't get to say anything bad about you.
Oh, good. But yeah. So generally, yeah, I'm looking for me, like the ones that are going to go take the damage, get attention. Those that are probably going to move around, throw some damage out. Basically, that's more the idea. But just basically giving them everything they need.
Yes, Ace, it's basically what you normally play. Someone who can do a lot of damage in a round.
I think cutting words actually would be very useful. My only thing about putting in a lot of things like cutting words, same reason why I don't know if I want silvery barbs in this at all, is flow interruption.
Yeah, because it's a one shot. You only have so much time.
I don't really want anybody to have a reaction during anybody else's turn.
And Ace, I swear to God, you apologize one more time, I'm gonna come smack you.
So I think I want to design it around anyone having that reaction during someone's turn, because we really have the hours we have, and so it's one of those, like, you can really,
it's not something
it can slow it down so quick.
Yeah, it's not something you can be like, we'll pick it up next week,
Right, it is going to be what it is. Or even in a one shot sometimes where I can go, hey, does everyone have an extra hour or half hour? Sometimes we do that, but like this is very like, everybody in the business is, I think it's like 60 plus people or something. They're all going to sit down. We're all going to play, and so it's very time sensitive. Yeah. But otherwise, like, you're not wrong with that. Bardic Inspos are definitely pretty interesting. You know what? Zoom used to be so simple.
What?
I'm trying to figure out something on Zoom real quick for something, and I'm like, used to be so stinking simple.
Everything used to be simple.
Yeah, Life Cleric's probably a good. I would say that.
My favorite cleric is the Blood Cleric.
This is true.
I like to hurt people. When did it become canon that no matter what Kira does, she hurts people?
You made it that way.
No, it was only when she heals, and now it's like anytime she does things, it's painful. Somewhere along the line, that became canon. I can't remember if it was Creed or if it was Jason that did that. I know. I love that. I love doing silly things with all my clerics, though. Like when Kira hurts you, when Kira heals you, it hurts. When Beatet heals you, it makes you feel like you have to pee.
Yeah.
I'm not sure any of my other clerics have actually healed anyone within the thing, so.
Yeah, again, necessarily no reactions. I'm talking about reactions that occur.
You're talking about forcing people to spend more time by forcing them to reroll, or what is the name of my shifter cleric? Or this, I can't tell you that because it will give things away. The cleric you met was Genji. If that's what you mean by the shifter cleric. I'm trying to think if all my clerics have made a... yeah. I think all my clerics have in one time or another shown up in a game. Kirk's my grave cleric or my death cleric. I can't remember which one he is. Kirk is one of my favorite clerics to play. Yeah, she gave a bunch of different names because she changes her personality. Right.
So I'm starting with the life cleric here. Let's figure out what ancestry we're gonna do it. But yeah, so with the reactions, it's more just like I'm okay with a reaction, like for instance, something like what is that? Hellish Rebuke. That's totally fine. It's more when when an enemy does something to another player, or when a player does something to an enemy,
Right.
is where I want to eliminate people having reactions during that time. I think because. And which, by the way, which is so interesting, is in the original way 5e was developed, it was really developed so that no one talked during anyone else's turn. And then they kind of mess with that with a few abilities later. So I think that's why a little bit. Because I feel like it definitely slows things down, especially when trying to be dramatic and fun and all that type of stuff. That's my own thing. Like when people go, Silvery Barbs! Like, it's fine. But I'm like, no one describes how they Silvery Barb, or someone's like cutting words, like they don't describe it, or guidance.
That's not true. Theory always goes no.
That's true. It's true. That's my own things. All right, so the life cleric. Let's.
He's a grave cleric.
I thought the suggestion was a life cleric.
No, I was trying to remember what Kirk was.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. Fire Genasi life cleric. Let's do it.
I was trying to see what kind of clerics I've done before. And so, all right. Blood, trickery, grave, arcana, war, order, tempest. I've never played a life cleric. That's wild.
Wisdom.
I played a lot of different versions of clerics, but none of like the very like normal ones.
Is Produce Flame an attack? I thought. Why do I think Produce Family was a save?
Produce Flame?
Yeah.
Sacred Flame is a save.
Oh, Crate Bonfire. That's one. That's a save. That's what I was thinking about that.
No, I haven't done death yet either. So I haven't done death and I haven't done life, but I've done like almost all the other clerics. So, did you eat all your boxes, baby?
Yeah, basically.
Then bring me the boxes. I'll make new ones.
Because he took two of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, bring me them and I'll make new ones.
They didn't take them, but
Life domain. Proficiencies.
As long as they don't have salami in them, you should be able to eat them, baby.
they do.
Okay, well, you can eat everything but the salami.
Insight.
But don't you combine me refrigerated?
Not really, baby.
Mm.
No, they really don't. We just do because it's easier. Twilight? Oh, I haven't done Twilight either.
Oh, you mean on D&D Beyond, I assume? The Dragonite book? Because it's out. Or you just mean it comes out in D&D Beyond? Or in Breaks Reactions. I was about to say, all the Dragonite books are out.
I need to go and make up a couple clerics to play that are all the other domains I haven't played yet.
Yeah, I'm excited it's there. Okay, well that was a lot easier. Oh, here we go. Spells for my cleric.
Healing Word.
Oh, that's right, because it's prepared spells. Interesting, not letting me choose any cantrips. Interesting. All right, let me just get your cantrips.
Depending on your order, might.
Okay, so the default prepared spells are bless and cure wounds. That's actually probably pretty good.
Yeah. You want to throw in a healing word though in case someone's away from them.
I'd actually say I'd change that to bless and healing word.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We want some guidance.
Always.
We want a sacred flame.
Never have too much guidance. That's Thursday.
Probably Toll the Dead. Give a bless. Oh, bless is always prepared. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
And as is cure wounds. Okay.
Yeah, because your life.
Right. But we need a healing word. A guiding bolt.
Yep. Spare the dying in case you run out of spells.
Oh, you only get one prepared spell at level 3, I think.
Maybe. I'm not looking at it.
What it appears to be.
Aid, yes. Aid is fantastic. Especially in a dragon fight.
Okay, so so third level you get a prepared spell. Oh no, because it's not third. There we go. I was like, what in the world is going on? Okay, now I've got it. It's like sometimes you're like, this cannot be correct. Guiding bolt, healing word. We said aid, which is always a nice one.
Yeah, aid is great. Especially if you're going up against a big bad. Giving just that extra little oomph.
Huh.
What?
It doesn't list aid. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Is it already prepared?
I'll give it inflict wounds though. Could be already prepared. No, I'm not seeing it. The life does get spiritual weapon already prepared though, so that's nice.
Nice.
Last features does anything. You do get preserved life, very nice. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna throw something. I don't know. Where? All right, well, general array. There's going to be such this way I do things. It's like highest wisdom, second highest con.
Hey, man.
Then we'll go ahead and give them some strength. Put that. We'll give them a 12 intelligence. I'll take the +2/+1. Well, yeah. So basically, I make wisdom and con the two highest. All about that HP life.
I think that's the hardest thing for me to play as a dumb character, though.
Yeah. Look at them, standard acolyte. Oh, I got you taking something so that you're good with your armor. Yeah.
That's because, Jonathan, whether you want to or not, you generally wind up on the front lines.
Yeah. Well, so my thing here, especially in what I'm doing with these characters, is since like they're going to have to deal with a dragon breath weapon, I want their con sci, and I already know it's cold. So cold's a con save. So basically, con gives them the HP to take the breath, and it's also going to give them the correct stat to resist the breath. So it is probably one of the best ones in that way.
Yep. Yeah, but Caldrum always wound up getting hit on anyways because he did so much goddamn damage.
It's true, Cal.
He might not have been a frontliner, but he always wound up getting hit like a frontliner.
Here we go. So we got a max of 33 HP. That's pretty good.
That's great
They should be able to take a breath
for
with it.
that level. Cal, I'm sorry. Jonathan Ace is asking you a question.
Oh yeah, Kazum is a gunslinger. It's the
That's what
warrior.
I couldn't
The
remember.
fighter gun. Whatever
What?
whatever the fighter gun is from Critical Role.
Yeah.
It's Critical Role race.
I couldn't remember if yeah, okay, so Gunslinger was accurate. I just couldn't remember.
Very good. Hey, Razzles. Alright, Life Clerics, good to go. We definitely need a Barbarian. Always like to have my Barb.
Well, that's the name of your barbarian.
Barb.
Barb.
Nice. Oh, speaking of which, I need coffee. It's funny, I was realizing today that I've had a guilt relationship with the time I wake up in the day. And then I decided I'm just going to identify as West Coast. And I feel like that's going to make my life a lot simpler since I basically work West Coast hours anyway.
Do you want a peppermint stick for your coffee?
I'm not Keurig over here.
Baby boy, do you want a peppermint stick?
I said yes. I would love
didn't
one.
hear you because you were pointed away. I'll send the art department with it. Hey, mini art department, can you take one of these to Daddy, please? 3. We're gonna get more. Daddy really likes them, and so do you. Okay, so we're gonna get more of them.
Yeah, it's so funny with the gate because, like, I'm glad I have it because it definitely has protected you all from some of the children.
Yeah, but I'm glad you got me my own microphone, so that now the gate doesn't stop me from screaming at y'all. I don't want to paint. Y'all, my motivation is so low. You're back. Good. Mommy's forcing herself to paint. Because I need to get it done.
Yeah, so I said about department. So that's the big question, y'all. Because I just got back into Keurig and so I've got. What do I've got? I've got like this matcha from Starbucks, whatever. And what should I be drinking instead of that? I will tell you, I'm partial to dark roast
and black.
Yeah, I basically drink black coffee. So
it's gross like that, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Ooh, that's actually a really good one. A white Ravenite. I like it. Dragonborn. Ravenite. Was it Drakenblood that I have to do for that? I forgot to actually do it on D&D Beyond.
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I got a little confused there for a second because you're talking coffee, and then the next thing I hear is white Ravenite, and I was like, "That's an amazing name for a coffee." And I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm not tired. You're tired."
Are you sure?
Shush.
No.
Getting sassed by mini art department guys.
Yeah, I'm not saying against like every single reaction, but all right. I think I'm going to do the Fizzbins here. So
I know some of you guys were talking about getting into printing. I don't know if they're listening or not, or if they will watch this later. But there's a guy who has made like almost every single monster. I can't think of the name. Matt knows it. And like he has it separated by books. So if you ever want to be like, well, I need this for a game, look that dude up. I can't remember his name. Matt, do you know what his name is?
oh, I can look up in a second. I gotta remember it.
Actually, I think I might have one of the files up. Let me check. Well, let me finish painting what I'm painting right now, and then I'll check.
Also, a Dragonborn would be fine with Barbarian if invades too white. He does have a it's MZ something other.
Oh, I don't have it up. Yeah.
Here, I'll look it up real quick.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's just I know a lot of people were like talking about like they're going to try to get into printing and stuff. And I was like, oh, you know, he's someone to.
MZ 4250.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of our stuff from them.
Yeah. And then Thingiverse. The problem with Thingiverse though is that a lot of times, hold on, I'm trying to get my hair to stay up here. A lot of times with Thingiverse, their people made the files, so every now and then you can get like one that just does not print. So you kind of have to like be patient with Thingiverse. And then I learned how to slice files because, you know.
Okay, change it to silver, like you suggested, Jonathan. I agree with you. Let's see here. Barbarian skill, athletics, and we'll give them some intimidation. Up them to level 3. Primal Path. Yeah, what barbarian are we doing here? That's the real question. Well, I imagine it'll be a lot of fun, but I think it might be a little much for someone playing barbarian for the first time.
Yeah.
Ancestral Garden is nice. There's Battle Ranger, Beast, Totem Warrior could just.
Will Beast help them with the cold damage?
Well, they're a Dragonborn will help them with the cold damage.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, I don't know if for this particular adventure, I don't know if Totem would be nice because we're already kind of taking care of cold, and they have the bludgeon and piercing. So I'm not sure if we did do Totem, I probably wouldn't do Bear.
That makes sense.
Let me look at Path of the Giant. Giant's Havoc is what we'd be dealing with. Your rage's pull strength from the perma-might of giants transform into a hulking force of destruction. We make a ranged attack with a thrown weapon using strength. You can add your rage down. Ooh, that's nice. Damage bonus to the hit, and then giant stature. Your reach increases by 5, and if you're smaller than large, you become large, along with anything you're wearing. Nice. So you actually become large. Okay. I could definitely see that. I like that you get reach. Is it your reach increases by 5 feet? Is that what it is? Nice. So if we give them a glaive, that would give them a 15-foot reach while raging. That's pretty nice against a dragon.
Nice
and then if they do throw an axe or whatever you give them, they get their rage bonus to the damage still.
Yeah,
I think
nice.
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, we're gonna go that direction. Good choice, peeps. Yeah, they could grapple the dragon because they would be large. Giant. And then, oh, they get a little bit of a spell. So they get Druidcraft or Thaumaturgy. I like Thaumaturgy. Let's see, random defense, and that is going to be Dex and Con, right? Okay, nice. Okay, let's continue. All right. Generation method, standard. I'll probably go ahead and do
Strength con?
I think, yeah, Strength Con Dex, unless I really wanted to switch Dex with Con to up that natural armor AC.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Because they're already having all the damage.
Yeah.
So
that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah. So we do 15 strength, 14 dexterity, 13 con. I guess that's true. I forgot about that. They get their con. I don't know why I thought it was something else. My
Because your
brain.
brain isn't there, babe.
I know. Yeah, let's just go back to what we were doing. So yeah, we'll go back to the con because the con will help them out. I don't know why I thought that's because for some reason I thought strength was strength and con. Vola screws me up sometimes because I get used to some of their other stuff. If people, it's funny. Like as much as I personally don't like dropping intelligence in barbarians, it is so classic that I feel like I'm gonna do it because I feel like there's always a person at the table who wants to be me hit me smash, like they're in and they just want to and they want to know barbarian sounds good. That's what I want to do. All right, so we are gonna do the +2/+1. We'll go ahead and I always like to give. Well, yeah, it'll be the same. So the +1 to the +1 to strength, the +2 to con. There we go. But yeah, it's always like because I feel like whenever you're making premiums, always gotta make the character for someone who just wants to be like, I just want to hit the stuff. I don't want to have to pay attention to anything. Just tell me what to kill. I don't know. Background. Oh, what's the classic one for barbarian?
Folk hero.
Folk hero. That'll work. Folk hero. There we go. Choose an artisan's tool. We'll make them a cook. I like that. Yep, and I'll leave that for art department.
Thanks.
Equipment. I might change it later, but let's do any martial melee. So we're gonna go ahead and do the glaive. There we go. 2 hand axes because we can throw those. Just give them brewer supplies because who doesn't want?
I think one of my favorite enchantments is returning weapon.
Yeah, that is really good. All right. Complete.
When I played any artificer, they always put that on the rogue.
All right. So the warlock with the cleric with the barbarian. What do we need to do? Do we need to do a fighter? Should we do? What we got? No, Jonathan gave me a bunch of stuff here.
Yep, go back and look.
I'm looking. Oh, Autumn, I was just saying that you were talking about the Reaper. Yeah, I'm doing the basic stuff. I want to do stuff that if they were playing D&D, they'd all have basic access to it. Like if they go from this game and they've never played before, they go, I'll play D&D. Not going, where's the Reaper? And they've got to buy Ghostfire Gaming. Well, they can't even get it because that's a playtest class anyway. It would be so hard for them to get it. So that's why I wouldn't do it. But I do like the Reaper a lot. Here we go. Alright, so we have the Genasi Cleric done. We're thinking of a Gnome Rogue. Yeah, we'll probably do a Gnome Rogue. I like that. Let's do the Gnome Rogue. Unless somebody put more stuff down here. I'm not sure. But, yeah, let's do that Gnome Rogue.
Honey for a one-shot.
Create an assigned character. That's... All right, so we said gnome. We got rock, forest. Well, let's do rock or forest, actually. We got gnome, cunning. I do like the tinker. We could do forest. Natural illusionist. Doing a rogue though. I think we're gonna do forest. Let's do it. Onto the rogue. Let's go up to 3. Start this. So what is the archetype of this guy?
Assassin.
Well, assassin though, you have that whole like they have a feat. Like, the problem with assassin is the assassinate feature at 3rd level that like they're not going to get to use probably in the watch.
Okay, valid point.
So like I hate to give them like here's your major feature, and yeah, you're not going to use it today. Could do the soul. Is it soul knife? That's the
Yep.
That's the mental one. Where's Phantom? What's the Phantom get again? Whispers of the Dead. Oh, Where's the Grave? Yeah, actually, not gonna have too much use for that. Oh, the Psionic is that D6. D6 might be a bit much. Soul Knife. Yeah.
I forgot my brows.
Definitely Second Whispers is nice.
Yeah.
You die. Oh, that's probably pretty good. And then you get the Psychic Blade, which is nice. So let's do that. I guess that's pretty good. Proficiencies. Acrobatics. Let's give the common one sleight of hand. Let's give some stealth. Then it's really the last one that we might be interested in, which I like a good perception.
Oh yeah.
And the expertise. Let's go ahead and definitely a thieves' tools.
Yep.
And let's make them super stealthily. Let's let the rogue. Pretty good. Standard array. So obviously Dex
And con.
and con. I like my rogues to have some smarts.
Oh yeah.
Or dump strength. I'll give some charisma, and then standard wisdom. So that'll work. So we got strength 8, dex 16. Why is there dex? Oh, because that's weird. I'm gonna have to go back and rechange some of this. That's all right.
I don't know what's weird because I'm not listening.
Yeah, it's because of the way the. There we go. 2 is the SD con. Because it was an old school one, because not all of them are like redone. There. Now we got my 16s back. Very nice. Okay, so perfect. Background for the rogue. Criminal would be pretty good. Criminal spy. Let's give give a little bit of an arcana there. Actually, let's give an investigation. Dragon Anti. Sky's Kit.
Okay.
Equipment. Alright, so we're getting these characters through, doing other things. As I take a sip of my coffee, I am looking forward to lots of the Dragon Lords tonight.
Yeah.
As well as the old gods. Alright, so I'm drinking the peppermint coffee. I will say that I think I don't want the peppermint in my coffee again.
Okay.
I liked in the hot chocolate, but I'm curious about the chocolate spoons I saw at the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree trip.
And then I could get really crazy and put like a chocolate spoon and a peppermint spoon.
Yeah.
What happens? Well, it's basically what we do with the hot chocolate.
Teasing you, baby.
Um,
Also, this is my other random tip for people who are just starting off with minis. Go to your Dollar Tree. You can make a lot of stuff into a villain for cheap.
really true.
What, baby girl? Yeah.
Can you grab me one?
All right, we got 2 more characters to go. What we got?
And a half an hour to do it in.
True.
We got plans.
Dragon killing team. Let's see what we got here. A Turtle Ranger. Yeah, we can do a Turtle Ranger.
I love turtles.
I'm down with the Turtle Ranger. Let's do it. Two deeps, a tank. Yeah, so we've got yes. 2 DBS tank and healer is what we have right now. And of course they're gonna be doing more than killing dragons, so they're gonna be solving some stuff, but it's funny though, because now I do like as far as like stats, I do have every party's DPR, the damage per round, because that helps me balance an encounter. Because it is really interesting, because like encounter balancing, what you're really looking to do is you want to figure out what the point of your encounter is. So if your encounter is for them to like feel like they finally beat the BBEG, like they got them, and it took everything they had, a lot of that is good with like damage per round. On the other hand, you would balance it differently if your goal is for them just to like somehow get them. Like I love it when a group decides they're just going to outright assassin the person, and then you set up their stats so they can be assassinated in a way, but you make it like that all the trouble is really with the security but if they can get to them, they're going to kill them in one round, and that can be very satisfying. If you always got for like, it's basically you figure out where is the challenge point. Is the challenge point getting their HP down? Is a challenge point surviving a bunch of attacks? A challenge point getting through security?
I would say too, knowing your players, because you got groups like Wednesday and the original Thursday who will skip the majority of something and go straight for the villain. So you have to be willing to fix that on a fly.
Yeah. Okay, so we said turtle. We said range when I get to it. So size, let's make them a medium turtle. Nature's intuition skill. I like that animal handling.
Oh, my eyes.
Yeah, for the last one, doing a moon druid. Yeah, because the moon druid, they're gonna have a lot of fun with that, right? I think that's a fun one. So, let's pick this ranger. Add to 3. Oh, rangers get a D10. That's awesome. Let's see here. Give me some stealth. Give me some insight. Give me some perception. Ooh, a sorting board? That could be interesting. So let's look at that. We would start off with Horizon Walker. Get spells. It's playing a warrior. It's a bonus action. Choose a creature within 30 feet. The next time you hit that creature on this turn with a weapon attack, all damage dealt by the attack becomes force. And then take an extra 1d8 force from the attack. Yeah, I think that's nice. That gives them a solid bonus action to mess with. I think that stacks with Hunter's Mark, doesn't it? Or not Hunter's Mark. Favored foe. Sure. All right. So, the fighting side of that, we wouldn't do archery. It would be or defense. Yeah. Amazing. I thought it was dueling a defense. Okay. So when wearing armor, get a +1 to AC. That is nice. Or dueling, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand, no other weapon, you get a +2 bonus to damage. That's it. +2 to damage rolls with that weapon. Yeah, let's up that damage, I think. Because I feel like the barbarian's going to get most of the attacks of the dragon.
Not the Kenku? Or the, I'm sorry, Viracocha?
Yeah, so we'll definitely give them Natural Explorer Mountain. And then favored enemy dragons. Very cool.
Oh, my eyes hurt.
We get 3 spells. Animal Friendship wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I think I need to go back and do the Tasha's replacement. I just didn't see it. I'll go back and change that. Snaring snake.
Mom, once he gets home, are we gonna go to the zoology?
I don't know, baby. No, because I think Daddy has an appointment at 4:30.
Well, then can you take me and Zeke?
No, baby.
Why not?
I am not in a condition to drive, baby girl. Sorry, the house is spinning. Should I drive a car?
Yeah, okay, I got it. I'm changing everything now.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. Did the Tasha replacements, so we're good there. All right, so we're doing a strength. Was it strength ranger then, or no?
Oh.
I know my. Yeah, it would still be Dex. I think that would probably be pretty good. Scimitar Dex. I like that. What is happening? I am making 6 level 3 characters to fight a young white dragon, and then do the other things that are in an adventure that I'm running on Monday.
And I'm keeping him company to force myself to paint all these gosh darn minis.
Is there anything else I can eat?
So go eat your boxes.
And then I'm answering any questions and just talking about life and then whatever anybody wants to talk about. That's what I work out while like I just kind of chilling out the stream here. Pretty much. Oh, duh. It's always good to remember that your rangers have wisdom as their spellcasting modifier. What is my favorite class? It's a good question.
Then true.
True story. You know, it's hard. I think the favorite one I liked was I really loved the test packet for Artificer. Especially Alchemist Artificer, when they were doing the test run of it back in Eberron days, when they were figuring out the Eberron one.
I would say you'd probably be the best at either Artificer or Bard. You would be phenomenal at either of those two because of the way your brain works.
Yeah, the original UA Artificer. I love that one. I didn't like that thing. And never mind. We were like, or is Venom something else? Yeah, Alchemist definitely had a really good potential there. I feel like Alchemist got cheated. And well, here's the thing with Alchemist that really stinks is that they never made it part of the standard rules document on the SDR. SRD rather. And so no one can make multi-class for it. So all the things that everything has been able to do to help every other class, no one's allowed to do. Because it's copyrighted and it's beyond what people can do. So I just think the Alchemist is really awesome. I think it's a great idea, and because of the way Wizards did it, it just, everyone else had options. It profited all the third-party people.
Yes.
To fix the other classes and even give tips and tricks on how to do it, because they were always talking about something in the SRD. Ultimately, and there's something they could eventually profit from. So the incentive structure was there to help Alchemist, to help every other class be really good. But there's no incentive structure present to make Alchemist any good. So that's what kind of thinks. But I really, like I said, I really love the UA Alchemist.
I'm not sure if Cleric is my favorite because of all the variety, or if because I've just played it so goddamn much.
Like, it's so funny because I feel like if you really want to like get an Alchemist feel, one of your best bets is to like make up a feat. Like, I was writing a feat recently that's essentially, it's a big feat, but feat pulls a lot of work. But the idea that it basically just making Alchemist into a spell store. More or less, like the ability is that you can store your spells as potions.
Oh,
Right. I think right there is really good. And then there was a really cool Alchemist feel is by part of the test packet that Ghostfire Gaming put out for the Ethereal Expanse.
Yeah.
The Magitech Wizard. Technomage. The Technomage Wizard. I really like that. I feel like the Technomage gives that feel, especially if you take one level in Alchemist. Or sorry, one level in Artificer. So, like this is what I'd be build an Artificial, 19 levels of Technomage, one level of Artificer. I'd start with the Artificer, and then go ahead and take 19 and Technomage Wizard. But the other one would be Hammond. And Hammond's Guide did some subclasses.
Yeah.
Harvesting subclasses and like crafting subclasses. Those are really good for kind of this idea of making things and selling. So I think that's I think Wizards is missing out on not making a really solid crafting class that does really, really cool things. Valdos definitely has a crafter. So they basically split. They did the Alchemist bombing guy, then they made like the craftsman class, I believe it is, in Valdos. And I think the split of those two is very good. But again, I think if you wanted to really get the Alchemist feel or Artificer feel, I think level 1 Artificer, then Wizard Technomage pretty much get you there, while being pretty fun. So yeah, I was really happy when Robin decided to go that route. Yeah, I really want to see Zane from Monday do Craftsman, because then I'll know what Craftsman can do. Because like he's got that like. Because like Jonathan, like you're amazing at like combat optimization and that stuff, but like, and Zane isn't like Zane's big thing is like just the weird crap you can pull off, and I saw just all the weird potential. So I think Craftsman is a little bit like Warlock in that like you could really it has a high customability. So you could really make a lot of really cool things in that.
I want to see either Creed or Josh. Because I would just... Josh's brain works in a way I don't understand.
Yeah.
With the dividing of spells. Like, I'm like, I want to. Oh, that'll work. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's why Monday Jack and I was hilarious.
so it's true.
Insane. Oh, Creed and Josh there. It was just ridiculous. Oh my gosh. That's why, like, so frankly, like one thing. These are like things like I don't even know how I'd pull them off, but would be fun. And what I was loving to do would be to do like a podcast, actual play or something like that, where we'd bring people together from our player base, from our community, and we would run like a short-term adventure, like maybe 6 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, something like that. D&D. But we pull people for very specific reasons to make a very specific group.
Yeah.
Like it would be very invited, casted, based on the strengths of our community. Like I just, like for instance, I would love Michael to do, because we could totally do a dad's characters. And Michael, like I want Michael, like Michael's like first one comes to that. Like we just want dad joke, whatever. And then there would be things like it would be really fun to get Creed, Josh, Jonathan as your base.
Nice.
What I'd like to see, like it would be one of those. What if we got Creed, Josh, Jonathan, Will as a 4-person team through Drakenheim?
Oh, you'd nail it.
And then like Jalen would be really fun in there too. Now that I think about it. And it would just be like this crazy deal. And then and you could do a lot, right? There's so many different teams you could do. We could definitely do like a high RP one or whatever. Or like it would be funny to grab like off the top of my head, Jackie, Robin, Molly, Aiden. Sunday Aiden, to do like Shopkeepers Anonymous or something like that.
That would be
fun. Like, okay, shopkeepers take over the world.
I want to do steampunk Victorian with my sister. That's what I want to do.
No, there's only 2 Aidens. Yeah, but that would be like some of the fun ones. Yeah, right. I guess I did get the money, but like a very specific type of thing. Like again, like doing a bunch of shopkeepers or whatever. Like I think you could go. Like I could pick everyone, and that's what would be fun. It would be really fun challenge for us to kind of go. How could we take every player in the community, invite them to this thing, and then
maximize what they're good at.
Yeah, maximize what they're good at. Or just get a challenge. Like we're going to try to do this. We're going to do the dad jokes. We're going to do
that's not the way I meant it. Maximize like their best skill. Because all of you are good players.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah, I think about skill, but just like have an interesting thing. Like I would like. I mean, to do like. I don't know, like something where it would be very like a women adventuring party. And have like that classic like the Spice Girls of adventuring or something like that, and getting things like Robin, Molly, Nebula, art department, and Courtney. Right, would be so much fun.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, we could do a mom party or anything like that,
So we're gonna do a party of moms that's just all Jackie's characters?
It's just Jackie.
Just Jackie. Like all of her characters.
Okay. So I'm on the last one. What's the last one? Creating a moon druid. There we go.
We got distracted again.
Oh wait, am I? Where am I? What am I doing? I'm on the turtle. There we go. Okay. I'm like, I got distracted. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. 1-on-1, and it's all Jackie playing all the characters. Do you know how fried your voice would be by the end of that? Oh my gosh. And then we can figure out who's more terrifying, Nala or Vera when mad.
That'd be pretty crazy.
I don't know. Nala mad was pretty scary too, especially on those crit 20s.
So it would be very interesting, I think, to like I said, we did that, and it would be Greg is the villain of it all.
Oh my gosh.
Between everything, they're all just trying to hunt down Greg. As we like to call him, Greg. True, if Greg survives.
Still looking forward to that food game. When does that come out?
Oh, Silverblade?
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked at that for a little bit. For some reason, my Ranger isn't getting a bow. I might need to fix that. I'll just go in and change it if I need to.
Because you weren't doing it with a bow. You were doing it with
Oh, the scimitar.
Yeah.
Which I think I have to add anyway. I might have to change that.
Because it's a defense.
Yeah, I'll change it, but I'll change it later. All right, now I got to do the Moon Druid. But yeah, so but the problem is to do it right. We'd have to essentially, like, it would probably have to be a Friday or Saturday. And it would have to be like at 1 a.m. And we'd have to do like 1 to 3 a.m. Like try to do 2 hours of it, probably, because anything else would probably kill me. And so, like, or maybe like at 12:30, whatever. Like, it would have to be so late at night, because how else would we get it done unless we did like early morning, like we all woke up like at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and like played.
For the record, if it's revealed that Hazelnut in the real world is a mom, then Obed better be the youngest character in the real world.
That'd be funny. But yeah, I was a little child. All right, what was this druid race or ancestry over we feel like calling right now?
I thought it was Calistar.
Oh, Kalistar, yeah.
Hey, my brain's working, guys. Might have been the third Coke I drank that did it.
I was going to say Raceless was D&D Beyond.
What?
And I really want, like, still upset because Ghostfire Gaming has not released Aurora yet, which has a really cool creation system for your starting ancestry, basically, that I really think I prefer to just picking race. I actually think like Razzles would like it a lot, but they just haven't released it yet. It's like, come on. Druid. It would circle moon. Back to comments. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I did like that this music is good when people are like, I'm productive. I could work to this music.
I don't want to be productive. I don't want to know how much I have, Jackie. I don't want to know. How do you find that out, Jackie?
That's crazy. Oh, I did a thing today because I was curious. I put it up on the SPG Discord, and it was if you would say a DM generally runs a game once a week, like a typical GM, and so if you're talking in like, so if you're saying that that if we wanted to measure experience by years by a GM running one game a week, I in the last 2 years I would have done 23 years worth of games.
Dear Lord.
And it was one of the things I was thinking. Sometimes I talk about people about what a pro GM is. I'm like, you start out as just a really good GM, and then it is really after that 1 year or so many months that you're like, at this point, it'd be really hard for any person to have this much experience unless you were doing this all the time for your life. Like you've done so many games that you've like kind of passed this threshold. So it's kind of that where it's because eventually you get there.
I was okay, so I don't take compliments well. I don't think that's a secret. But I was looking back at like one of the first sets I ever built for you, and I was so embarrassed. And like I keep pulling out minis that you use in new games where you're like, oh, I need this kind of mini, and it was a mini I made 2 years ago, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need to reprint and repaint that because it is fugly. That's like I sorted all of the former NPCs, because every now and then you guys are like, well, I want to pull this NPC out and play again, and I'm like, cool. So like I just pulled out Meehan for something for Monday night, and I was looking at it versus all my other characters in that box that I just painted because you guys just switched over, and I was like, oh. Gross. So it's one of those things where you look back on it and you're like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think it is worth me considering a new way I can do. Like you can drop tons of points into something like that.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out what.
I want to
because like the treasure drop just was like it just got nuts because it made like items not even special. I don't know, it just didn't work for me. I was like just something I didn't like about it. But
I want one that's expensive, but I want a disadvantage for a boss.
Boss disadvantage.
Yeah, I think that would be cool because I will save my damn points to give a disadvantage on the league anytime I can.
Yeah, complications. My thing with complications currently is well, my thing with complications is I have a complication. I gotta go get my son off the bus probably before they come and bring him to my door. I'm gonna give you all to art department.
Again, you guys get me. Yay! Hi freaks, what's up? Yeah, I think also with the complications, I feel like depending on someone's mood that day, like me particularly, like I have days where I'm just a cantankerous wanker. I think I can't get in trouble for saying that on Twitch. And I would feel defeated by a complication. And it's like, you know, and other days I'd be like, okay, cool, that's funny. Yeah, I really think it would be fun to give disadvantage to a boss. I think that one would be great because it's just something like you don't get to do. I like the presents. I think we might need to, like, I don't know. It does need a little revamping because I agree. I feel like now yeah, but Monster of the Week is different from regular D&D. I feel like for right now, I feel like I spend all my points on just trying to keep you guys alive, and then I don't have any like bonuses to give you. And yeah, it's not that fun. I agree. I don't know. I think we might need to come up with ones that more make the watcher more active in the story, almost. Ooh, yeah. That would be fun. I get so excited every time you guys burn a legendary. Yeah, I do like the heal bonus because that's a nice D6, and the damage bonus the D6 is nice. The inspiration, I feel like we overkill the inspiration, and sometimes people put in like death saves, and then you feel like you wasted your points because nobody goes down, which is a good thing, bad thing. It's weird. Yeah, we need to find something that's more like the gifts. Yeah, the gifts, because the treasure boosts got redonkulous when I don't remember what night it was, had like 30 of them in one night. So maybe we just need to limit them like you limit the other ones. It was Jonathan. Yeah, I think we might need to limit them if we do go back to the treasure boost. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of painting the same thing 42 times, guys. Yeah. Yeah. It was like 30 some boosts in one night. And Matt was like, all right, we can't do this. Yep. I think that was in return for you dropping like a ridiculous amount on them. And we'll come up with something. I think what we need to do too, though, is we need to figure out a way to incorporate the boosts into non-D&D games. Because I think that's a problem right now too. Is that like they don't work as well on like Monster of the Week and yeah, consumable items would be a better idea even. I just feel like we need to find a way to do it so that it's not, so that it'll also work on Monster of the Week ones and non-D&D games like Old Gods, like, because like if maybe like consumables sounds actually like a good idea because like there's already a built-in thing for consumables in most games. Oh, that would be one. Oh, that's not bad either. Sorry, I can't put your guys' comments up because I'm in the back room, but having like the book idea or like the or the like the rarities, those are good ideas. And I feel like people would feel like better. Or even like what would be cool too is like if maybe like a discount in a store if it's like a shopping episode. Obviously you couldn't go up to like 100 or something, but like giving a little more of a discount on some things. I don't know, they're all good ideas. Hey, you might want to look at the chat because we were talking about ways to increase the points values, and there's some good ideas in there. Because like they're talking about like maybe because I said like we need to find a way to make the points also work on the non D&D games. Because I feel like nobody uses points on the on the Monster of the Week ones or anything like that. Because
well, right now all we really have is Old Gods, which Advantage would work.
Yeah.
DCs I would just translate as lowering a class.
But we're talking about like some like more consumables would be a great idea. And like there's I think Jackie talked about the rarity of the consumables being versus points.
Yeah.
I said too, like maybe like if it's a shopping episode, it could like give you a discount in a store or something. And obviously you can't go over a certain percentage because they gotta make their money too. But like something that's more like the like gift things. But you know.
I know, Jackie, we were signing off and do this thing. I just need to finish this last character, which I'm finishing up right now. I just have to go because it's so interesting because some of the races are modified nicely and then some are not.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Zemnon just put on like instead of new items, it could do a boost to an item. Or replenish, because like sometimes you got it's on, this recharges, or
right.
Those might be good ideas too, because I think a lot of people they really like to give the present, and it's not as much fun to just give like inspiration, and I mean inspiration's still good, but it's not as much fun for the viewer.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have 50 because I had to save people multiple nights. Because sometimes I think I'm more attached to your guys' characters than you are. Looking at you, Bobby. Bobby, I don't know why, but maybe it's Bobby and just Bobby's personality. Whatever he brings to a character, I always am instantly in love with whatever character Bobby has. And then they die and I am broken. But I get attached to all of your characters, to be honest. And maybe it's because I spend more time with your characters in the beginning than you guys do, because I sit there staring at it for 2 hours while I paint it.
Sure. Could be a thing.
I was thinking about speed painting again yesterday, and I was like, man, I don't want to stress myself out, but I might need to start setting a timer to on how long I take painting, because
what's so interesting, you talk about the speed of it messing you up a little bit, but it might be something to keep working on.
Well, the thing is and I'll be perfectly honest, it doesn't take me as long to paint a generic character. If I have to paint villains or monsters or anything like that, that does not take me that long, because I can paint it however the hell I want it. But when it comes to you guys as characters, I am so anal retentive. I'll mix 7 paints together to try to get the right shade.
Yeah, I think with character minis, it makes a lot of sense to spend the time. So
these guys are just taking forever because there's 42 of them and a lot of detail.
something interesting to a specific character to be introduced. Yeah.
Hi, handsome. What's up? There's nothing for you in that fridge. No. Go to Daddy's fridge.
For anything.
No. Go.
Yeah. For anything that's sort of like, I think there'd have to be some type of correlation between using your points and for something specific to be going on in the game. Like, hey, if you use your points now, you could get like this NPC, because otherwise it's like, I don't even know, like they're in a dungeon, like, well, I want an NPC there. You're kind of like, hey, buddy. What? And I guess what gets me with it is that whenever you're talking about somebody doing something that just changes the game and it's outside of the player base, it's interesting to figure out how you'd manage that with how it could disrupt the games for the players.
Yeah.
Like, which would be different if we were doing something like live streaming a like we were talking like these special games we were talking about. And again, like I was talking about podcasts, you know, nobody would be paying for them, that type of thing. Like, because then it's like, yeah, we'll do with it. Let's just go with it. But I wonder if it's a little different for a game everyone's paying for if the content's getting screwed with externally. And that's why I've always been a little like gun shy on it. All right, I gotta get these druid spells.
Magic's down. Great bonus action.
That would be interesting.
Don't forget Goodberry. Goodberry's the best spell ever. Oh. Wow, I think when you do your meeting with Jackie, I'm gonna lay back down for a little bit. My legs are killing me.
Well, that would be interesting, a guest spot.
I love a guest spot. Just not me, guys. Come on.
My favorite thing about Baldur's Gate that I've seen that people have done is the owl bear from the top rope. That just looks so hilarious to me. Speaking of interesting things, I really hope they change up find traps in the new thing, because I feel like it's a very underpowered spell.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I love when you guys jump into games. I love when you guys do it. I get exhausted real quick because, and it's something I'm trying to manage on Thursdays, is that because I make the minis, I know what you guys are going to fight, and I have to play like I don't. So that's very stressful for me. But when you guys guest star, I absolutely adore it. I will say, by far, my favorite guest star was Robin as Naylin, because we waited for that for so long to make sure her schedule. Because it was just one of those things where I was like, no, that's the perfect character. I liked, I can't remember your Medusa's name, Jackie, sorry. I really liked her on Drakenheim, because it kind of gave them a, no, you need to go to this next thing. Plus it was a heartbreaking character to have for such a little time. You know what I mean? I just can't right now. My brain is not working. It was a good it was a really good Draken, because before they had Hector playing, the character Hector. I can't remember his real name right now because my brain hurts. It was a really good way to show you how heartbreaking Drakenheim really was. I did like alternative Cal too. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I do like when you guys guest star. I like when teams jump on other nights too. I really liked Tonk on Tuesday, was it, with the pyramid, or because it's always funny too when other knights jump in, because it's you guys have certain information, they have certain information, something that strikes them doesn't strike you. So that's always entertaining too. Because Tuesday, you guys went under the boat and Tonk looked up and there was a giant blue rose. And Tuesday was like, whatever, la 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 la. And Tonk was like, son of a bitch. But that's also the funny thing too, is that the viewpoint on certain nights, right now with the with Wednesday being right up on the Iron Authority. Wednesday, that's right there, yeah. And being all right, cool, whatever. But then you have other nights where the Iron Authority. And so I love the guest starring on stuff like that. Tuesday's interfering with Darktoe, and they were we don't really care about the pirates, but this will help us in the end, so we'll join in. I love that little I also love watching you guys respond to different NPCs. Because, everyone thought, oh, God, what's his name in Rat Home? Takel. Thursday is Takel is mess. Is Takel's the man. We love him. Wednesday's what is wrong with this man? It's just fun to see that, too. The different interactions with NPCs. So, yeah, I would love, one of the boosts being a guest starring thing.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, it's just the only thing with that is because you guys, it's hard to figure out who's guest starring and what their role they're going to be playing, in time schedules. Because Naylin, we decided I think we decided we wanted Robin 6 months before she finally appeared. Because it was her schedule. No, it was 6 weeks. It was 2 months. Because you had mentioned bringing Naylin in, and I was it's got to be Robin. But so working with people's schedules, that's the only really hard part. Look, Takel is just trying to get a harem. I don't know why he'd want Vera in on that, because she would kill the other wives, but because I think that was with Jonathan too. We waited a little while to put you on the Blue Rose episode because of your schedule. I'm trying to remember. Everyone had weird random things. And Meehan wouldn't have been able to come back except his schedule just changed. So yeah, I love the idea of the guest starring. It's just working people's schedules. And working them in on the appropriate stories. Because there are certain characters that on certain nights would be just a little too OP. With their knowledge from their nights. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break, Matt. I got a lot done. Not nearly done. But
sense. Okay.
Kaylin's return to Sunday, yeah. Or not Sunday, Monday. Yeah, and that's the thing is I love when you guys do stuff like that. And like I said, I would love to see Tonk come back. I really miss Paul's playing just because Paul always made me go what the are you like? He was really good at those moments too, and I love the play between Tonk and Caldrum on the whole balancing thing, so that neither one of them would get like aggro. I feel like it was one of those characters that allowed other people to do the most they wanted to do because Tonk somehow knew how to balance that character wise. I'm not saying like player wise or anything. His character just had such a good job at that. I'd love to see Derek come back because Derek is probably my second favorite bard.
Derek, yeah, Mr.
My favorite bard will always be Creed's mom, aka Baba Yaga. Just because she was so quick with it every time.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. I got my 6 characters for my corporate game, so
and I got another like 10-15% done on my minis. I have a little army, guys. I'm not sending you a picture; it'll ruin the surprise.
So, actually got a quick
around long enough.
Got a one-on-one with the Razzles here, and then yeah, we'll see you later tonight. I think what we got 7:30 for some Greekness.
Gods.
Odyssey of the Dragon Lords.
The minis you are fighting are ready. Obviously, the minis you are playing are not because 42 Christmas minis.
Yeah. So we will have a set for that.
My lid. Also,
and
I'm gonna do another shameless plug for people who are painting. Game Envy wet palette.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
My paint's wet and it has a lid. I can't find the lid right now though, so that's a problem. Ruby, are you laying on my lid?
But thanks for joining for the prep session, and we will see in the games a little later. We've got Old Gods 2. And but I'll say, if you ever got some time and you want to have some fun, I really suggest you grab the Friday Old Gods playlist from YouTube. There's a lot of fun stuff in it, and it's a lot of cool things. Especially the intros have a little ongoing story. But anyway, I want to say goodbye.
The intro. Oh, God. Also, if you ever want to be scared before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Old Gods.
See y'all later.
Here's my paint lid.